Hello, welcome to episode 195 in the Datapack tutorial series for version 1.21.5. We're doing the Elytra launching item. This is going to be the final one. And we've upgraded from 1.21.4. But let's have a look at what it is. So basically, it's an item. You use a chorus fruit and a phantom membrane. We've now changed it to a poisonous potato instead of a chorus fruit. So we don't have any of that hard-coded stuff. Instead of right-click detection, we are now using consume detection. In fact, let's go into survival first. There we go, and up we go, ready to use our Elytra. I'll just go back into creative so I don't die. Okay, so those are the differences. This is much better. We don't have a cooldown now. We don't have any ticking. Much, much nicer. 7-Bit Shoopster said, what about if you could add slow falling to it? And I like the idea. I don't want to sort of remove the use of something in the game. And you can already use potions to do slow falling. So I thought, wouldn't it be cool if you could craft it with a slow falling potion and have that effect built into it? But it seems that you can craft it with a potion, but you can't seem to specify what potion, just a potion, which kind of is a bit silly because you could put in a fire resistance potion and still get the effect. So we're keeping it simple for now. If you want slow falling, drink the potion before you go up. Anyway, that's what we're going to be making. Well, let's get on and build it now. It takes a lot less stuff, actually. I think it's better, and it takes less stuff. So let's go and have a look at the data pack. So we have an advancement, 8 launcher. That means I've eaten it, and we've detected. And that's going to run the function, 8 launcher. We're not using load, we're not using tick, so you could get rid of those, which means you don't need these here in the Minecraft namespace either. And we have a recipe. So I think first, probably best to start with the recipe so we can make the thing. And we'll go and do that in Misode. Now, I've been having problems with Misode recently. I don't know if anyone else has been having this problem. If it comes up, I'll point it out a bit more. But if anyone else has been having problems, let me know. Is it just my connection? Is it just poor little old me that's not getting it to work properly? Or is it everyone? But we're going to make a shapeless recipe. We'll stick it in miscellaneous. And we'll have some ingredients. Ingredients will be string, please, and we'll have another ingredient, and you will be string. You are going to be a chorus fruit, and you are going to be a phantom membrane, because these are items I don't often use, and it makes sense. I think that's all we're going to have, and then we'll have a result. I'm going to do a poisonous potato, and we'll give it some components. So we'll want an item name. Item name, there you are. We'll add that. Let's just call it chorus launcher. That'll do. And then we are going to want some custom data. That's important because we're checking for that later. Checking for the data later. And we'll say launcher. And we want it to be a boolean and we'll say true. Okay, that looks alright. I wanted the enchantment glint override so it's nice and shiny. Enchantment glint override, add that, we'll just set it to true. I would like it to be consumable. Now, the poisonous potato is already consumable. But I'm going to add my own consumable. Consume seconds. So we've got control over this. I'm just going to say it takes 1 second to eat it. And poisonous potato has on-consume effects. So if we don't override that, it's going to probably poison us and make us feel a bit sick. So now we've overridden that. So that should be alright. And I'm going to want the food item as well. Food. Add that. I don't want it to give me any nutrition. I don't want it to give me any saturation. And I want to be able to always eat it, whether I'm hungry or not. Okay, so that seems alright. Let's get that. And we'll take that and put it into our recipe. Okay, save. Everything else should be empty. Yes. Yeah, okay, all empty. Let's go and do a reload. Reload. F5. Let's... Ah! I know, now we've done it. We can already see we've forgotten something. And do remember that I've already crafted this recipe before while testing. So that's why it shows up for me. You might have not done it, in which case you'd have to craft one first before you get to see the recipe. So keep that in mind. We need an item model. I don't want it to look like a poisonous potato. Let's go back to Misode. And we'll add on item model. Item model. There you are. Let's add that on. And I'd like it to still look like a chorus fruit. There we go. In fact, let's do it a bit different. Instead of copying the whole thing, let's just copy what it added. Copy, and it seems to be in the components. So it's in the components. We're just going to tack it on the end there. Let's just do that. There we go. We'll do it that way. Let's save that. Looks good. Okay, let's go back and do a reload. Cool. Okay, now it looks like a chorus fruit with its enchantment glint. Great. If we eat it, nothing should happen because we've emptied the functions. We have no advancement. Why is it staying in my inventory even though I'm eating it? It's because I'm in creative. If we could switch to survival. There we go, I've eaten it. Okay, let's go back. Now we want to check. Has the player eaten? Has the player eaten the launcher? Let's go back over to Misode. We'll clean you up and we'll drop back to advancement. Criteria. Think of a name that makes sense. I think 8 launcher. That's what we've called the advancement. Let's call it the criteria as well. Trigger will be consume item. We quite often do using item when we're doing the right click. This, we want to make sure the player has actually eaten it. Not they start to eat it. They have actually eaten the whole thing. Conditions, we'll just check the item and we'll just do a predicate check on the custom data. And the custom data, this is where I get the problem, okay? If I pick object, yeah, okay. I don't know why it's doing that for me. If anyone else has this problem, please let me know in the comments. Just make me feel a bit better that it's not just me. Okay, so let's add the reward anyway. The reward is going to be a function, so I'll just put my usual placeholder. So it all works, and I found it on a few different things. Maybe it's a problem with Misode. Maybe it's a problem with me. I don't know. I need to get some custom data in between. If you look on the right here where I am, in between these curly brackets. Now we can just type it in ourselves. So if you do get a problem like this, I'm going to copy this anyway. Let's copy it. This has been happening to me for the last 2 or 3 days. I don't know if there's an update to the site that broke it. Let's paste that. So my custom data needs to go in there. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to do an enter. And I'm going to put my custom data on this line. And let's look at the recipe. And we can see... Oh, here we go. Look. That's what we're looking for. Minecraft custom data, open curly brackets. And inside we've got launcher true. So we're just going to copy that line there, actually. Let's just copy that from the recipe. And let's take it back to the advancement. And just put it in there. There we go. Okay, we'll save that. And we need to change this function. This function should be calling 8 launcher. Now, as I usually do, I have called my advancement the same name as the function that it calls. I like to do that just to make it obvious. Okay, let's save that. And do you know what? Let's go straight on and do 8 launcher function because it's so small. First, we have to revoke the advancement, or we can never do it again. We can only do it once. Revoke. Uh-oh, I'm on 1.2, so it doesn't like to autofill for me. Only. One day I'll get that fixed as well. Although the little things like this, they make you think more. It's good. It's good for you. Let's just say hi. There we go. That'll do. We'll just say hi. We'll come back and change that in a minute. Let's do a reload. Let's craft ourselves another one. Hi. Cool. Hi. So we can see we don't need a cooldown because we've got an eating time of 1 second. So we've got a cooldown built in. We can only eat it so quickly. The cooldown before was only to stop us munching too many at once. We've removed that problem now. Because we don't have a cooldown, we don't have a ticking check to reduce the cooldown. Even better. Right, well, we don't want to say hi. We will just do the levitation effect. Effect give the player who got the advancement Minecraft levitation. And what did we have? I think we had about 130, something like that, wasn't it? We went quite high. Remove particles true, or hide particles true. Save that. Go back. Do a reload. Up we go. Cool. So let's check it in survival. If you make things in creative, and it's caught me out quite a few times, it's especially if you make things into creative and it's something to do with the inventory, it's always worth checking that it works in survival, because they are a little bit different. Because I'm about to eat this item, and then there won't be an item there. So if I've eaten the item, there's no item there, will the advancement still be able to check the custom data? Now, it should be able to with consume. Consume takes that into account. But let's try it. It does. Let's quickly switch to creative so we don't die when we land. Okay, so that seems to work quite well. I think this is the version I'm going to use. This is the one I'll add to my Dataland series, and then from there I'll transfer it across into my Datapack, which I think I'm going to call Infernal Editions. We're using 2 items, relatively easy to get. They don't have any fantastic uses. I mean, Phantom Membrane Slow Folding Potion is probably the best thing. Who uses it to mend an Elytra? You just put mending on the Elytra. So we give it an extra use for 2 items that don't often get used. We have removed that cooldown, so we no longer have a ticking, even though we were only tick checking a score. Now we don't even have to do that. We have our cooldown built in because we're consuming the item. Even better, we've stopped it being a chorus fruit. If we point at it, we see it is now... Oh, I haven't got one. That's the wrong thing. If we point at it, we see it's now a poisonous potato. So if we try to munch too many at once, we are not going to get that random chorus fruit teleportation. I think this is the final version. I think I'm happy with it. Yep. This is what we'll go for. And if you want to have slow falling, I suppose, if you do want to, there's nothing to stop you coming to the 8 launcher function. And if you want to make it nice, just effect, give add S, and just stick slow falling in here as well if you want. What's it called? Is it called slow falling? Who knows? We'll find out in a minute. You might want to put it for a bit longer than 10 seconds. Let's just do 5. Let's just do 1. Let's just do true and just see if that works. So you can add any extra effects you want. Let's do a reload on that. Let's craft ourselves one and munch it. Is that going to be enough to save me? How long did we put it in? Okay, we're up. We've got slow falling, but for how long? Ooh, might have wanted it a bit longer than that, but it did save my life, probably. Okay, so obviously you can add any extra effects you want when they eat it. Anyway, let's leave it there for today. I think we're finished with the Elytra launcher. We'll move on to something else tomorrow. Take care. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.